Hello everyone and welcome to another wonderful episode of the Thunderbird live hacking session, or live coding. Some people said that I shouldn't say hacking because I'm not really hacking on anything. I'm actually live coding, but whatever, words are just words. Hello everyone, please leave a comment in the chat. Let me know what time is it? What are you drinking? What time is it in your place? Of course I know what time is it right now. In Vancouver right now it's 11:30 in the morning of a beautiful, gloomy, cloudy, fresh Thursday morning. Where are you watching this streaming from? Let me know your countries of origin and what are you drinking? Orange juice. Dev says he's drinking orange juice. That's awesome. I'm drinking coffee. I'm waiting for the coffee to cool down a little bit, but welcome. We are gonna code some Thunderbird live. We're gonna see a bunch of cool things that are gonna land soon on a daily, some updates, some changes, some little bit of housekeeping and announcement for the YouTube channel. But yeah, say hi in the chat. Let me know what time is it and what are you doing, and if you're happy. Hope you're happy. I don't know, it's terrible time right now. It's a horrible word, but yeah, I hope you're happy. Oh, already a lot of people. This is so cool. I love when I have viewers, of course. What I'm doing this, it's just for viewers. Hello, Dev. Hello, Jamie. Dev is from France. It's 8:30 in the afternoon. And then we have Appenzell in the Netherlands. Oh my God, I can't wait to travel back to Europe and visit the Netherlands and France. We also have Adele, France. Oh, Adele and Adele. Oh, two awesome guys from France, which is lovely. Okay, so let me drink a sip of coffee because hopefully cool down a little bit. I'm not gonna burn my tongue. Still a bit hot, but it's okay. Okay, let's start with a couple of very, very cool announcements for the YouTube channel. First of all, in the link description of this video, you will find a sponsor link to get $100 off, actually to get $100 entirely free on Linode. If you click on the link and you go to linode.com/alecad, you're gonna access this beautiful page. I'm gonna share the page with you. Welcome from Alessandro Castellani. Hey, that's me. If you sign up from this portal, you get $100 off credit, $100 of credit in your account. $100 on Linode, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. On Linode, you can get a machine for like as cheap as $5 a month. So $100 is literally many, many months. It's more than a year of development. And if like you can use those $100 credit to just burn through them and just experiment with all the virtual machines that you need, or VPN or VPS in the cloud, or just go nuts. Click on the link and sign up. And even if you don't use Linode, if you sign up, if you do that, it helps a lot because this is a new partnership. I don't know if you know. Oh, what's Linode? Linode is an awesome cloud service provider. It's like Amazon Web Services, but better, because first, it's older than AWS. It's from 2003, and it's just Linux focused. It's not just Linux focused, but it's just a champion of Linux. It's one of the most reliable and trustworthy cloud provider. And a little bit of background, if you don't know, I used to have a partnership with SkySilk. I don't know if you remember. I did a bunch of tutorials about how to set up like your own Ubuntu instance on the cloud, or set up nginx, PHP, SSL certificates, and all the good stuff on SkySilk. And I had the partnership with SkySilk, but a couple of months ago, they released a tweet in which they said, okay, I'm going to support, SkySilk is going to host Parlor, which is that Nazi app with all those fucking conspiracy theorists and idiot people that don't know how to read a book. SkySilk decided to host Parlor. because whatever, and cited like freedom of speech, all this bullshit. So I said, okay, SkySilk, our partnership is over. I'm not gonna use your services anymore. I'm not gonna advertise you anymore. Whatever, that's it. And I was very upset about it because I don't know if you notice on my channel, I don't have many partnerships. I think I have 0 partnerships right now. I'm not like one of those YouTubers that advertise everything. Advertise like mattresses or like, I don't know, keychains or beauty products, whatever. I don't want to do partnership. I'm very eerie about partnerships because you don't really know a company. You don't really know what's happening if the partnership is legit, if the partnership it's I don't know, it's honest. Like honesty online, it's such it's impossible to, it's so rare, honesty online, especially when you're advertising like, hey, I'm using this, this pen, I'm using this awesome pen, this is the best pen I've ever used, just buy it for $200 and you're gonna get a discount with my name because this is the best pen. This is just fake. It's just advertising. Like all these things are fake. They're not real. All the reviews and all things, if you get the product for free, most of the time, I'm not saying all the YouTubers are fake, but a lot of them, they just do it because it's convenient. You get a lot of money to talk about a product on your YouTube videos. I don't do that because I hate, like, the only thing that I have is my image and my reliability and the fact that I think everyone, you trust what I say. So I don't want to just accept everyone. So I decided to go with Linode because Linode has 17 years of experience, has been on. They have a great statement about what they are, what they stand for. They're known to be like a good company, and they support Linux, they support open source. They're official sponsor of like the Linux Action News, like Jupiter Broadcasting, or a million other YouTube channels, mostly focused on open source and Linux. So yeah, I decided to just accept this partnership with Linode, and it's probably the only partnership that I have in the whole channel. So if you want to help me, just click on the link in the description, sign up to Linode, and just have fun. The other little announcement is I have a store on my YouTube channel. YouTube allowed me to create a store through Teespring. If you go to my YouTube channel and you click on store, you're gonna see like there are a bunch of products related to Akira, the Nerd Continuity. You can buy stickers, mugs, and hoodies and t-shirts. These prices are in Canadian dollars, which are way higher than they're supposed to be. Like this t-shirt, instead of $30, it should be around $20. It's cheaper in US dollars. It's way cheaper in euros. In euros, it's like 50 euros, I think. But if you go there, just check it out if you want to buy some merch. And if you want some specific merch from me, I can design it and put it there. It helps the channel. And related to the channel, we are 400 subscribers away from 90,000, which is an insane number. So if you want to help out, just share the channel and continue being awesome. But I think we finished all the announcements for today. So many comments. We have Avery's. Hello, Avery's from Germany. It's 8:30 as well. Dev asked, what will you hack today? Today, we are gonna continue. We're gonna do some fixes on the account setup. I worked a lot in the past 2 weeks to refresh the account setup and change everything to pure HTML. The UI is looking great. I'm gonna show you what we're doing. There are some quirks that I need to fix, and then we're gonna continue working on the next step. So adding animation, transition, adding more accessibility features, stripping away all the Zool or XUL extension and doing everything pure HTML. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how much we will be able to do today, but we're going to have fun. We get Lawrence, Techie Press, 930 in Kampala. Oh, hello, hello. Dev says, I'm on AWS, but we'll try it out. Ubuntu CentOS, yes, Dev, at ADN. Linode, you can launch an Ubuntu instance, CentOS instance, a Fedora. You can launch a million different instances. Linode.com/Alicat. Let's get it. Always get it. Yeah. For example, shared. I think I cannot. The stack script distributions. There you go. Boom, boom. You have Debian, Fedora, OpenSUSE, CoreOS, Gentoo, Ubuntu, CentOS. You can also install, like, one-click install all these scripts, one-click install applications. It's very similar to AWS, but it's better, it's cheaper, it costs less, and also you don't use an evil company, because Amazon is fucking evil. So you use a company that is a champion of open source, it supports other developers, it supports open source channel. So yeah, it's pricing list, share price. I think they have comparing pricing. See, yeah, cloud estimator tool. You can do a comparison, yeah, with AWS. If you have like one CPU with 1 terabyte of storage and 1 terabyte on transfer, you spend $115. What is that, a year? And with AWS is $200, almost $300 a year. So yeah, you can save a lot of money. And also you support an awesome product and you support me. So just check there. Dev, an Apple Pen. Yes, I'm selling an Apple Pen. Linode, that's very nice. Appenzell, how is Akira doing? Akira is doing phenomenally. I think I'm going to do a live streaming next weekend about Akira. We have some awesome improvements. I just released version 0.014. I'm going to release 0.015 probably this weekend with many new improvements. We are doing a lot of great stuff. So I'm not going to talk about Akira today because this is Thunderbird live hacking. Yeah, Techie Press says, Lawrence, with Linode, you can customize your stack. Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want. And with this partnership, I'm going to start doing some DevOps tutorials. I'm going to show you how to set up everything, set up your SSH and do everything via command line. So it's going to be awesome. Another little thing. I bought a Windows laptop. Terrible. I bought it because I needed to test Thunderbird. We have some issues currently on Thunderbird with screen readers, especially Windows-related screen readers for accessibility and blind users or visually impaired users. And I tried using like testing. I usually did my testing through a virtual machine installing Windows, but it was almost impossible because I needed to actually compile Thunderbird and build it from source in order to change things and work on Windows. Also, Thunderbird, like 90% of Thunderbird users, of those 30 million users that we have, are on Windows. And the fact that of the 16 developers that are part of the Thunderbird core, only 3 are on Windows, the others are on Linux and macOS. Not great, unfortunately. We should have hardware related to what type of hardware our user base uses. So I bought a laptop, which is this little thing here. It's plain, it's nothing, but it's a Lenovo laptop. It's an IdeaPad. What is written here? IdeaPad Flex 5. It's a consumer based laptop. Is like very thin. It's very simple. I'm not doing a review of this laptop. I'm just gonna show it to you. I bought it. This is an i5 processor, 10th generation, 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM and 256 gigabytes of SSD. No graphics card. It's very consumer based. Like it costs $700-800. very medium to low and it's not high specs or anything. And I did it on purpose because I want to have an average laptop. I didn't want to have the top of the line, super fast, super mind-blowing. But still, it's an i5 10th gen processor. It's like 4 cores, 8 threads. It's not slow. And Windows is just trash. I spent literally 8 hours setting up Thunderbird, like the Thunderbird workflow to build it and compile it on Windows, which it takes probably 50 minutes on Linux, and it takes 1 hour-ish on my 2015 MacBook Pro. So Windows, I was having a million different problems because of the operating system, because I couldn't download all those files and just checking them out from Mercurial, because Windows was scanning those files and Windows Defender was interfering with the same time I was downloading those files, it was scanning for antivirus, so it was stopping the download. It was like throttling the download in order to have more time to scan, and the download was timing out. And then I couldn't, of course it has PowerShell, which is fucking stupid. It's just terrible to use PowerShell. I tried the Windows subsystem for Linux, but it's so slow because it's a virtualization layer. It's not actually raw power. So just loading scripts or compiling things through the Windows subsystem for Linux is just awful. And yeah, it took me 8 hours, and it's just Windows is trash. I don't understand how. I mean, I understand, I know, but yeah, Windows is just terrible. Like, how in heaven, how in hell, a company like Windows has millions of employees, keeps releasing this trash of an operating system. This is a joke. It's just terrible. But yeah, do you guys use Windows to develop? Like, how do you manage that? Anyway, let's start doing some actual Thunderbird coding, and let's see what we got today. Let's update to our Account Hub UI, which I did a lot of work on it. And let's see the current status of the Account Hub UI. I got a bunch of reviews on these patch. I asked a couple of questions, but I didn't get any answers so far. But we're gonna do the fixes that were suggested by the technical director of Thunderbird on the patch that I uploaded. And this is a pretty massive patch. You can see how many files I added. Changing the UI, it takes a lot. It takes a long time because you need to be sure first it works good, it works decently in every platform, it scales properly, the tests are properly updated, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot to do. But this is our Thunderbird Daily, and if we go into the Account Central and we click on Set up a new email account, look at that. This is the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new account setup. We got new strings. We got this little, I made this. This is so cute. We got some nice options, like everything is keyboard accessible. We got some nice tooltips that tells you your name is shown to others. Here you can change the password, like pretty standard. One thing, a couple of things that I did, let me show you. So first of all, let's write something. If we write, actually, let me write gmail.com, like a correct thing. The password, this is a fake password, and if you click here, it just shows you the password, and it highlights the eye icon, so you know that. You can see you can click configure manually to do into a manual configuration, otherwise continues, and it's super fast. You can see we had loading notification that went on for just a split second, and then positive notification, hey, we found a configuration. The image changes because it's not the first step anymore, and we use these section to give some help to the user, because we're asking, okay, before continuing, you need to select the protocol. You want like an IMAP or a POP3, and of course, when we switch this, it populates and tells you these are the settings that we're actually going to use. You don't know what to do, check here, set up the documentation or access the support forum, because you can check and open the setup documentation. Hey, how to set up an email, blah blah blah. You have all these quick article that can help the user to figure out what to do. Of course, if I click done, it just set up everything and it's done. But if I write something wrong that doesn't exist, for example, asd.asd, continue, just, hey, we couldn't find the settings for your email account, and we automatically open the server settings. And this is temporary, because if you remember from the Figma file, this is what we were supposed to do, actually. This is what we are supposed to do, and this is what we are gonna do. The new manual configuration setup, which is opens here and it splits incoming and outgoing, two different tabs, and it gives you more breathing room. This is more readable than this. This is very cramped. It's very squished together, a lot of information, but it's just temporary because this is a step in between. It's better than what we currently have, but not as good as what we want to have. But it takes a lot of time to do this right, and these patch is already pretty big because we're using built-in notifications. We updated a lot of stuff, so I left behind some things that are not gonna be updated until the next patch. So I'm gonna do a follow-up patch. But here you can change your stuff, and it's pretty standard. Everything, it's also in this case keyboard accessible. You can do advanced config if you want. You can do a retest, and retest doesn't, it fails, of course. And the icon changes because we change the icon and say something wrong. We show this little cute dino with the unplug power core is like, hey, do you need help? Because this looks wrong. And of course, if you change things, everything goes back to normal. If you have if you don't have an email account, you can get a new email account. Right now on daily it doesn't work, but we have a new partnership with MailFence. And of course, if you don't write a correct email address, say this is invalid. But here, if we write, also here, we have a warning, hey, we need a full name because your account should have a name. We cannot identify your account by your email. Just give it a full name. You can change it later, whatever. But please enter your name, blah, blah. This is what we have right now. It's pretty standard. Once the whole setup is done, it just closes up and just loads your email. That's good. There are extra steps that we are planning to do, which are, if you've been following these series of live streaming, you know what's coming what's coming back. For example, this extra step, if the password is incorrect, we just show a warning line, but here probably we're thinking to do a stronger warning. For now it's orange, but this is red, is just more aggressive. And the last step that which we need to implement is the successful page, because right now when everything is okay and your email setup is done, we close that page and we load the email and that's it. Just boom, use your email. But here we want to use the occasion to suggest extra steps. Your account was successfully created. Now you can do a bunch of things before start using your email. For example, you can access the account settings if you want to change that. You want to enable, you can enable end-to-end encryption. These was shifted for some reason. Yeah, you can download dictionaries. If you're not using Thunderbird in English, you're using your native language, we do that kind of automatically, but if you are planning to write in multiple languages, you can download dictionaries or add a signature. Or extra steps that we need to implement is auto setup of calendar and address book, because for example, if you set up your Gmail account with Thunderbird, Gmail has built-in connected contact address book and a calendar. Instead of asking you to manually set up your calendar, find your LDAP URL of your calendar, which whatever it is, or CardDAV, CalDAV, or like find the unique URL where you can fetch your calendar. We do everything automatically because we know these services, we know how they work, their URLs, their standards, sort of like kind of API call. We use CardDAV and CalDAV to fetch these services. We can do this configuration automatically for you. So this is very good. And also we can use these extra space to give you some next steps. Like you're not sure what to do, you can check the documentation about getting started, you can check in the support forum if you need help in figuring things out. But this is the thing that we still need to implement, which is going to be super cute and super fun. Couple of questions here. I understand that's new feature. Couldn't you have broken the patch into HTML conversion style separate to make review faster? Yes, that's exactly what I did. Techie Press. That's exactly what I did. If I show you the original bug here in Bugzilla, you can see that a lot of things are landed. These are all the different steps. So first of all, the first thing that I did was opening the email, the wizard from a dialog into a tab. That was the first condition. Then I focused on the CSS, so fixing the dark mode. Then I rename all the files because we had like email wizard, account creation, account setup, like all the files were a bit messy, so I rename them all. And now this is the current patch, which I'm implementing the new UI and new strings for this section. Once it's approved, the next patch will be implement the final page, the final step, and probably we're gonna have another one to add some finessing, like add transitions and all the other good stuff. But yeah, that's exactly what I did. Like smaller patch, I wouldn't call small patches, but smaller patches. Unfortunately, these steps were necessary to be done all together because otherwise the UI would have looked broken. Because we have multiple steps in the account creation. If I did only the first one and then left the others, or just do the CSS without the HTML, it would have looked completely broken. So I needed to do that. But I got a review here that I need to change a bunch of things. So let's do this. Oh, I'm tired. Dev asks, which technology are you using in this project? Thunderbird is built in HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. At least like the top layer, the front end. Then it runs on Rust and C++. And some Python? No, Python is for other things. But yeah, it's mostly pure JavaScript. I'm gonna show you. So for strings, we use Fluent and Fluent translations and good stuff like that. But here we need to change these things. So account setup privacy footnote here. That was a note about worry about sharing your credentials. Sharing is not correct because when you do the first setup, you're not sharing anything. You're actually writing your credential or typing your credentials for your email address. But we are not sharing. There's a misconception in Thunderbird right now. We got a bunch of users, like angry users, not understanding how Thunderbird works. When you set up your email account for the first time, users are worried that, okay, I'm typing my email and I'm typing my password, and when I click continue, you send this information to a remote server that I don't know. So you send my password, plain text, to whatever ping servers, and they collect my information. And that's a total misconception. First of all, we don't send the password. We never send the password. Second of all, we don't send even your email address. We don't send the first part of your email. We only send the extension. It doesn't matter what I write here. It will always only fetch gmail.com. So if your extension is gmail.com, yahoo.com, thunderbird.net, whatever, outlook.com, we fetch that extension of the email. We don't care about your email address. We don't share that with anything. We don't collect anything. We don't ping sketchy servers or anything. So we're very careful about it. And we have a privacy policy about which data we collect. Interaction data and get data. Thunderbird collects your email domain, not your email address or your password, your email domain, which is gmail.com. So in order to mitigate this sort of misinformation or user just screaming that, this is privacy concerning and all this bullshit, we need to write extra information and be sure that worried about using your credentials or typing your credentials, something like that. We could write here was like the user is not sharing any, they're using their credential. So that's the thing. The other thing here, we want to update the labels instead of your name is your full name. And here another suggestion, which what you guys think? Just help me out here. So we have these currently in Thunderbird, also in the current version. Here we have the label of the field called your name or your full name, and then we have a placeholder. Then we have the title called email address, and then we have a placeholder, your email address. Placeholder data is usually a representation of what you have to write. So this placeholder should be more correct if it was test@example.com, something like that. This should be the correct placeholder. And this placeholder should be John Doe or another fake name, right? The problem with writing John Doe as a placeholder, and we had this problem before, is that Thunderbird is international. So John Doe is a specific type of name that you use in North America to name someone that it's unknown. You don't have a name, you use John Doe. And I'm sure every country like France, Germany, Africa, Ethiopia, Italy as well, we have this fake name. Like you don't know this guy's name or this girl's name, you give them a fake name. You just use them like anonymous or whatever other thing. So this thing, John Doe, wouldn't work everywhere. And we tried to do it, and we had a sort of like a backlash from the community saying, "No, John Doe is just so English, so you shouldn't use that, blah, 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 blah." So my solution is let's add a comment for translators to say, hey, you should translate this to whatever properly matches your country or language or something like that. But what do you think? Can you give me some suggestion on that? Anyway, instead of your full name here, yeah, see, Avery says German version would be Max Mustermann. Really? I love it. Can I write that? Max Mustermann? Who's Max Mustermann? Amazing. In Italian would be like Mario Rossi, like Mario Rossi. It's just like the most basic name ever. But that's the problem. And some users don't like, actually, John is written correct like that because John with the H before the O, or John Doe. Yeah. John Doe for males and Jane Doe for females are multiple use names that are used when the true name of a person is unknown. It's being intentionally concealed. In the context of law enforcement, every manager, Richard Rowe, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we should write something like that in the description, the comments here. We can write this. Note. John Doe is a multiple use name that is used. It's a multiple use name that is used when the true name of a person is unknown. We use this fake name as a placeholder, as an input placeholder. Translators should update this to reflect the how do you write this? What's it called? This is a placeholder name. A placeholder name. Should update this to reflect the placeholder name of their language. Country. This should be good, right? Because translator or like I lost the name, I forgot. Translator or contributor, when he access or when they access these translatable string, we'll see this note and say, oh, John Doe, how do I translate this? Oh, I can change it to Max Mustermann in German, or Mario Rossi or whatever. Your name is John Truotter. Please enter your email address, and here there was the same suggestion of writing full name perhaps, switch you at example.com. That's you at example.com. That's it, your existing email address. Then let's see how it looks. Maybe it looks super weird and we don't want to use that, but it's okay. Thunderbird. Okay. Yeah. Your full name, John Doe, email, example, password. Password? We can write password. This placeholder should have the ... right? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, something like that. What? What do you think? This is more accurate, no? Star. This is also how does it feel for accessibility? Remember, in Firefox, there's an accessibility tab that actually shows you how things are read by screen readers. So password text, it's password name, role, password text, input field, keyboard accessible, shortcut, Alt Shift P. So it doesn't read those stars. So it's good. Email address. That's perfect. Your name, your full name. Okay, that's perfect. So the placeholder doesn't interfere with the accessibility and readable accessibility of this section, which is great. Okay, then we have other things here. No, that's McDonald's. Use empty alt tags when it's just something visual. Okay, so we don't need to create an alt tag for these alt. Okay, alt. We have our alt here. Your name is shown to others. Okay, so alt. Move this. We need to remove this. Yeah, all these things should go away because the alt tag is for images when the image is not loaded, but it doesn't make sense here because that image has a title and it's interactable. Is not like, it's just a visual reference. It doesn't matter if the image is not loaded. The alt tag in images should be present for websites, or when you send an image via email, if it's not loaded, this won't happen. So let's keep these empty. Please enter your name. But the alt tag should be present, so empty alt tag. I guess we can do it via Fluent. No, let's do it in HTML. Doesn't make sense to do it via Fluent. So your existing email address, invalid email address, and delete these. Then show and hide lowercase, hide password. This is Fluent. Fluent is an awesome language, or actually file extension, whatever, to write translatable files, which is phenomenal. Title, there you go. All these images, they don't need to have these connection error things. We could have something like that. Initial setup. Oh no, title. Initial setup. Loading. I need the actually the close button. I need the 3 dots that are not. I need to just access Fluent files, FTL. Close. Mobile. Where is it? Import. Event. Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. Yes, this is the Unicode or hashi for boom, the 3 dots. You don't write the 3 dots. You use this. Bloop. Configuration found, title, title. There you go. We need all the alternative tags here. So now we need to do exactly the same. HTML image. We need to put alt empty alt tag. Images should have an alt tag, even if it's empty. Confirmation dialog image. Yes. Confirm your action. Not alt. We don't have any more alt tag here, but of course we need to do HTML image. This alt. This is boring here. It's just pure HTML, nothing exciting, nothing fancy. This is my life. Nothing exciting, nothing fancy. It's okay, I shouldn't talk like that because my life is very good. Empty tag. Does it fit here? Oh yes, it fits. It does not. Does not. Okay. Yeah, fits. And then we have a couple of alt tags here. Alt for these images that don't need to have anything other than the title, because we are cool and dapper. That's it. We did it. Okay. Compile these things and see if it looks good. How's everybody doing? Run TB. Okay, here we should have a little title, initial setup. Yes, that's perfect. We shouldn't have any alternative tag in here. Yes, initial setup. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Let's update this. Add, commit, amend to add this to the bookmark. And then we got lowercase h. We did it. Please remove double empty line. Where do I have these double empty? I can't set up. Oops. Info icon. Where did I have these empty line? Yeah, boom. It's not good. Unit server. Configuration found by trying common server names, period. We guess some settings. You are offline. We guess some settings, but you will need to enter the right settings. Should I put... Yeah, I think I should put periods at the end of everything. Password successfully installed the add-on. Password okay. Configuration found in Mozilla SP database. Yeah. I think it's okay. Okay. Then, since their illustration, all the alt tags shouldn't be there. Done. This should be empty. Question mark. I removed this. Then I think I did everything except a couple. Yeah, the indentation. So this mail account setup. I have a couple of wrong indentation here. Not the fluent. Yeah, wrong indentation. Wrong indentation. Wrong indentation. Bum. Okay. Think we're good. Think we're good to go. The other big thing that I have to do, that is not very big, but it's kind of annoying. We have this menu list. The menu list is a XUL element. XUL was a thing that Mozilla created in order to overcome limitation of standard HTML. Like years and years ago when HTML was still HTML3 or HTML4, now with HTML5, you can pretty much do anything. It's very dynamic, it's totally fine. But these items are still largely used, like the menu list, menu pop-up. Now we can simply replace it with an HTML select, HTML option, but it's a lot. It's a lot, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, I got an email. What is that? Okay, this is good. Drummond, hello Drummond. Okay, I got some comments here from the technical director. So let me check. Let me whoa. Let me check what he says here. So I said, worry about it. Perhaps it's then better to write it out and explain it on the page, but it's a bit hard to distinguish Thunderbird, the app, from Thunderbird, the organization. Maybe not on top of the page, but on the footer where privacy stuff usually lives. Something like, for setting up the account, your credentials are used according to our privacy policy. Your credential will only be stored locally on your computer. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Let's do this. And then he says, yes, it needs to be translatable, to be adjustable for each localization. That should be fine. That's perfect. Okay. Love it. I love this. Yay, teamwork. Yay. Teamwork. Okay, so I need to, let's do this. For setting up an account, yeah, let's move that into the footer, or actually into on the image side, because we have some images here. Octopus, where's the octopus? Yes, we have all the second column with multiple images, and then we have some HTML data that we write in the section here, so we can do exactly the same. Let me open the Fluent back. Privacy footnote, account setup, privacy footnote. Worry about, let's cut this. And where is the octopus? Octopus. What are we doing here? Here we have the account setup documentation app, account setup selection help, account setup selection help, account setup selection help. Okay. Boom. Account setup privacy footnote. And the text that he suggests to do it is this one. Boom. For setting up the account, your credentials are used according to our privacy policy. And all lowercase. Your credential will not be stored locally on your computer. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Teamwork. Yes. Now we grab this and we put it into the, where is the octopus image here? Oops. Let's indent this properly. Well, here, this is indented. Okay, so if we do this now, no. Bill. Out of topic. I was going with Akira. Dramin. Hey! Is the second question. Is the second, you're the second person that asked me this question. It's going great. I think next weekend I'm going to do a live streaming to show you all the progress and stuff. I need to do an updated post on Patreon, but I released 0.0.14 last week. I'm going to release 0.0.15 this week with a bunch of improvements. It's going good. So far, Akira is looking like, oh, this is too much. For setting up the account, your credentials are used according to our privacy policy. I don't think this is necessary. Your credentials are your... We need to update this a little bit. Your credentials are used... For setting up the account, your credentials are used according to our privacy policy. For setting up the account, your credentials are used according to our privacy policy and will only be stored locally on your computer. Yes, I think this is good. This should be good. Anyway, so let me check if I can do some tweaks here, because this is not it's not it's not this is not too hot. Your credential used according to our privacy policy, and will be stored locally on your computer, but these max width Yeah. Padding. Oof. Wow. I'm typing very, very wrong. Padding line. 3 rem. Yeah, so this is not squished. Yeah, good. Okay, so in the second column paragraph, we can do this. Second column paragraph, second column paragraph. In the account setup.css article, actually, second column, yeah. Boom. Second column article P. Let's do this and see how it looks. Do you need to add an empty alt attribute to the image tags for accessibility? I just saw one has, but the other doesn't. Yes, I did. Did I miss one? Alt, HTML image. They should all have the alt tag, alt tag, alt tag, alt tag, alt tag, alt tag, alt. They all have it. Alt. I just did it actually. Alt. Yeah, they all have it. I'm good. I'm good to go. Thank Dremen. Thank you. Okay. Is this styled? Yes, it is. Okay. Privacy policy goes to the right page. That's perfect. Then if I do this, boom, need support set up. Okay, but if I set something correct, okay, not sure what to select, support forum, blah, blah, blah. Okay, boom. Setting up the account, your credential used according to our privacy policy. It will not be stored locally and will only be stored locally on our computer. Do we need for setting up the account? Because you're setting up your account. Would it say like your credential are used according to your credential will be used will be used and will only be stored locally on your computer. Your credential will be used according. Should the time be always future, your credential will be used according to our privacy policy and will only be stored locally on your computer. I think so. Yeah. Your credentials will be used according to our privacy policy and it will only be stored locally on your computer. I think this sounds better. Yeah, I think so. Huh? I think so. It's too much though. Too bad. Yeah. Maybe 4. Yeah, for REM, it's better. Okay. Underline. Yeah, we don't use underline style anywhere. It's a bit too much. It's there. It's pretty visible, I think. I wasn't needing for here. For what? For where? I'm trying to figure out if these elements are still used anywhere in our code. It doesn't seem like it as in general insecure warning since warning. Oh yes, all these panels, so I can remove that. That's great. probably unused. Yes. So let's delete this stuff. We have this panel thing, this pop-up panel thing, very old code in this page. Wow, sorry. And we have these strings, insecure Larry. This is an insecure server that we don't use anymore. An insecure description. Your email and authentication, sent encryption, blah, blah, blah. We don't. We don't. Okay. Insecure tooltip title. Insecure tooltip description. It's all gone. Oh my god, I love deleting old code. Secure conversion. This is a secure server. These are like ancient things from a different time, like when oof, in the time of dial-ups. Like Thunderbird is 20-ish years old, 25 years old. So it has a lot of very old stuff in it that we forgot existed. So cleaning up is good. Hopefully. Yeah. These IDs are not used anywhere. Yeah. Secure, encryption. These tooltip tags are not used anywhere. Okay. Okay. Dram, bless you. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Okay. Okay, so boom, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. We can simulate an insecure server and trying to set up an insecure server and trigger the warning here. So for example, if I set thunderbird.net and I write like a fake password or whatever, and then I do configuration, like manual configuration, and I set for authentication none, no authentication, and I retested. You see the animation here, looking up configuration, probing servers. Actually, let me none retest. Okay. Takes a bit. 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 Okay. No. Retest. Okay, but if I say no authentication, if I click done, I get the warning. Warning, your going settings does not use encryption, technical details, and secure. This needs to be changed. But we basically warn you if you're connecting to an outgoing server with no authentication whatsoever. But yeah, that's the only warning we do. All the other things that we had before are deleted, like we don't use them anymore. So yeah, this should be good. Yeah. I like it. Me like it. Okay. I think we're good. The thing that we have to do now is we need to change those HTML menu. No, this menu list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 menu lists that need to be changed into pure HTML select. Oof. But yeah. Oh, I'm tired. This is good. This is good. We did good progress today. This is gonna take like a few minutes. Also, we can remove on command. It's this, but yes, as a little reminder, because there are other people here. If you want to support this channel, just go to linode.com/alecad3d. Do it now, and sign up for free. Create a free account, and you get $100 on credit on Linode. Please do it. Another thing that you can do is, of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go to my channel, go to my YouTube channel, and just click on store, and you can buy merch. You were asking about Akira Drummond. Now you can get an Akira t-shirt. They're so cute. You can get an Akira logo stickers. Don't get scared by the pricing. This is Canadian dollars, which is stupid expensive, but in US it's cheaper. In euros it's cheaper. Look at that. This is a super cool, cute t-shirt. You can get even a hoodie. It's beautiful. I have this t-shirt. It's just very good quality, and you can get a wonderful sticker. Get a mug. Yeah, just buy this thing. Support the channel, support the development of Akira, and just buy stuff. You can get stuff for a few dollars. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so I think we are pretty good on these, so I'm gonna fix this thing and push it, and then yeah, we're good. We are in a good place. Let me check if I missed something. No, I think I'm gonna go and cook some lunch. What do you all think? Was this a nice, very straightforward, nothing too crazy live streaming? Yeah, we did a bunch of very simple coding, very simple updating. The next steps, as I said in the beginning, the next steps will be to actually do this last page. Update the UI a little bit, because right now we are not doing this. Yeah, the next thing that I need to do is this. So if all your credentials are filled in, is successful, you also add a password, this form collapses. Right now we just leave the form open so the page gets bigger and bigger. We don't want to do that, because if you already have everything, it's fine. There's also some consideration that we should remove the password field at the beginning, because we actually don't use the password field until you click done. Yeah, optional will only be used to validate the username. So these could be potentially visible, like a drop down required just to slide in at the end of the process after you did everything in your configuration. Then okay, you want to log in, we ask your password. That's what we could do. So we have like a fill up form with just 2 items, which might be good, but I don't know. But the thing is that if you have a successful configuration here and you have your password filled in, you click continue, we could collapse this form and turn it into this. This is what you did. If you click edit, it reopens up the form. It's very straightforward, very simple, but these might be an accessibility issue for keyboard users or screen readers users, so we need to be careful what we do, but we can save a lot of space here. Another thing, the configure manually, we have it down here. We could put it inside here, but I don't know. And the other thing is that we have to do is the manual configuration. That the manual configuration right now is just wow. It's just very very messy and very squished. It's not a great UI. We need to drop these editable menu list, which is an accessibility nightmare. Turn it into a simple, you want a default or a pre-filled port, or you want to write a custom port, just use radio buttons. It's just straightforward. The username, split incoming and outgoing between the two, because why do we need to have everything all at once? It's gonna be a mess, and I'm sleepy right now. I actually slept 4 hours last night. I couldn't sleep. Panic attacks. I don't know. Sometimes I cannot sleep. And then, yeah, this last page is gonna be super cute, but we're gonna do it next week. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it for this live streaming. Thank you everyone for checking it as usual. If you want to support this channel, just give it a like, leave it a like, subscribe, click on the Linode partnership link in the description below. Check out the store if you want to buy some merch, share it. And until the next one, as usual, happy coding. Bye everyone.